Ooh, Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Bad Larry Kingdom. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and today we are continuing our Inferno series with X-Terminators number 1. This issue is written by the main X-Factor writer, Louise Simonson, and drawn by John Bogdanov, and was released in October of 1988, just in time for spooky season. This issue in the series is titled Invasion of the Baby Snatchers, an obvious play on the horror movie from 1978 titled Invasion of the Body Snatchers, a cult classic now. If you've been following my X Factor series, you will immediately recognize these characters as the X Factor kids and the green demon named Naaster, which we will learn more about in this issue. But who is Wheelchair Boy? Let's find out inside. Naaster is a limbo demon. He has been summoned, but by whom? Naaster obviously rolls deep with the big crew of minion demons at his command. Old Pink Trunks here is called S'im. The sweet-ass sword belongs to Ilyana Rasputin, aka Magic. The sword is her key to travel between dimensions, her teleportation key. But every time she uses the sword, Old Pink Trunks here becomes more powerful, and he is biding his time to get powerful enough to take over everything. But Horse-Faced Naaster wants the same thing. There can't be two all-powerful rulers. Naaster can biggie-size himself, but is no match for S'im. We see now in this page, it is S'im who is the head honcho. S'im is calling the shots, directing orders. S'im orders Naaster to use the open portal to Earth. Because of Ilyana left the proverbial Earth portal door open to go and retrieve 13 powerful mutant babies and bring them back to him. Imagine being Bill here, reading your Tales from the Crypt comic, and then a whole host of demons chasing your ass down. Terrifying. Naaster transforms poor Bill here into a minion demon to act as a tour guide for his normal demons, who are off to snatch some babies. In Portsmouth Naval Prison, ginger-headed Rusty Collins has decided to turn himself into the Naval Police regarding his accidental murder of a prostitute. Check out my X Factor number 1 to review that incident. He has just learned to control his powers. He just fell in love with Skids, who also just learned to control her powers and receive love herself. And now Rusty chooses the path of righteousness and hopes the court system will clear his name. Rusty Collins is allowed to say goodbye to Bubblegum Head Arthur and Leech, and then is let off in custody by the Naval Police. Back in X Factor number 33, the team decided it was best to send the X Factor kids off to a proper school, as things for mutant kind have been heating up. However, it is said they would be sent off to Andover School, but it looks like nobody is going to that school. Some continuity issues here, but I'm okay with it. Changing schools is not that big of a deal. The new teachers here find out that they can't separate the best of pals, Arthur and Leech. They come as a package deal. We're introduced to a new mutant here, who is wheelchair bound. No, his name isn't Wheels, it should be, but it's Takeshi Matsuya, who will eventually adopt the moniker Whiz Kid. Iceman drops the older kids off at Exeter School, a competitor of Andover, but Exeter has a scholarship for mutants that was set up by Warren Worthington III. Our X Factor kids are the first to use the scholarship. The popular kids are super bougie and calls the X Factor kids mutant urchins. How rude. Boom Boom is from the streets and don't deal well with bullies. A little power pellet to cool off those bullies is a harmless prank. Teach them not to mess with the new mutant kids. At St. Simon's, just down the road, the teachers are trying to teach Leech and Arthur how to write letters. Leech says, "What's the point? Pictures are better than letters." Takeshi is a mutant similar to Forge, I believe. He can alter his little wheelchair by will, but learns the hard way Leech's power. Takeshi has a huge chip on his shoulder and doesn't like anyone. He doesn't like kids, adults. He's brash and surly and deeply lonely. Back at Exeter, Snobby-nosed Muffy learns the hard way about dealing with Boom Boom. She won't wear the school uniform, 'cause it's blown to shreds. Wheels McGee here, Takeshi, tells Arthur and Leech that doctors put some computer chips in him to fix his legs, but clearly that didn't work. He thinks he can just bully and order everyone around, but Bubblegum Head Arthur ain't having that. He sticks with Leech and lets Takashi know he can suck it. Takeshi learns the hard lesson of humility and finally lets his guard down and asks for help from Arthur and Leech. Okay, everyone is friends now and can go to bed peacefully. They're climbing in your windows, snatching your people up. The demon goblins have snuck in and kidnapped Arthur and Leech. The only witness to this heinous crime is Takeshi. In great stress is usually when a mutant's power emerges or develops to a greater level. I think that when the demon grabs Takeshi by the head, the stress and fear causes his mutant powers to emerge. His power is tech-based, again somewhat like Forge's, but also somewhat limited to this specific wheelchair. Well, at this point, Takeshi is able to transform the wheelchair into almost anything his imagination can conjure, almost like a Green Lantern's construct. But Takeshi has never been trained, like our X-Factor kids, in controlling powers or tactics or anything like that, and is swiftly knocked out by a random demon goblin. The demon goblins left little toy effigies when they steal a kid. Well, that's the lore. None of the adults believe Takeshi's story, though. And to be fair, as an adult, it does sound far-fetched. Takeshi tries to call the older X-Factor kids at Exeter School, but Muffy answers the phone and thinks it's a prank call. So Takeshi goes against everything in his mind to try and save his two new friends. Heck, he doesn't even like kids, but he hates the grown-ups more. And they didn't listen to him. So he is going to prove everyone wrong by taking action himself. He conjures up a little helicopter and boom! Wheelchair is now a flying device. It's a cool little mutant power. Takeshi's parents were killed and left him alone. This is a major factor to Takeshi's personality. Why he's so standoffish, surly, curt, and with a huge chip on his shoulder. Now that his chair can transform, he'll be so cool and never alone again. Takeshi finds Exeter School and picks up Skids, Boom Boom, and Richter. But the chair is running out of power. Can barely carry the four mutants, barely able to get off the ground. Takeshi is a whiz kid though, hence the name, and tells Boom Boom to toss one of her power pellets into the tank and bang! The propeller helicopter is transformed into a rocket-powered vessel. Very cool. I like how quickly Takeshi is able to upgrade his chair. His intelligence and confidence is a key, I think. The X-Factor kids need one more person though. Rusty Collins, their de facto leader. So they just have to bust him out of Navy jail. We learn, for all of Rusty's good intention, the Navy and the justice system was going to throw the book at old Rusty. He was never going to get a fair trial in this injustice system. After Boom Boom gains the team entry, Takeshi transforms the chair from a rocket ship to a tank. Richter takes care of the guards with a well-placed vibration earthquake attack, and Skids keeps the team protected by extending her force field around the entire team. Rusty is trying to stay in jail, doing the right thing. The team tells him that Arthur and Leech's lives are at risk. It's time to put politics aside and go save his friends. But first, gotta get through these soldiers. All the training with X-Factor is paid off. Rusty expertly burns up the soldiers' guns without hurting the soldiers. Skids keeps the team safe again, deflecting the soldiers' bullets, and Takeshi gets the team out of there in his super transforming chair. Now, how are they going to track down those demon goblins and try and save Arthur and Leech? Stay tuned for the next episode, Inferno Part 3, which is in the issues of X-Terminator number 2, where our X-Factor kids get new uniforms, because how can you be a superhero team without uniforms? Let me know down in the comments below who is your favorite X-Factor kid. Well, I'm a sucker for Boom Boom. I love her recalcitrant attitude. Stay safe, pray for President Trump and our country, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.